Well, ladies and gentlemen, how are we on a Thursday? Wow, it has been a fast paced week with a lot going on. I hope everybody liked the Tuesday drop. It seems that people are pretty fascinated by the Colonel. The Colonel! The Colonel, you'll get yourself some of that chicken. But the truth is I anticipated that people would love the Colonel so much that I actually shot 4 of those episodes. Well, now I'm out. It takes a lot of work to get into that little get up because, Punisher has to make his hair white and all that stuff. So I'm glad everybody likes it. If you want him again, let me know, and sometime I'll have to do it again. But it does take a lot of work. I talked about my big plan, and I know everybody loved the fact that Operation Sudden Impact jumped all the way up to 7.0, and Operation Enterprise 3.0 is proceeding superbly. But more to come on that. So, here we are on a Thursday. Lots of news to get to. I hope everybody has been monitoring their investments. We know Truth Social just went live to the public. I don't know if anybody bought any stock. Perhaps you did. That's great news. But always a good time to invest, okay? And I particularly say it's a good time to invest in gold. And so it has been a little while. So let's go ahead and talk about some gold. I'll be right back after these messages. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some exciting times here. The great cash out. Jeff Bezos, Leon Black, Jamie Dimon, and the Waltons have sold a combined $11 billion in company stock, some of them for the very first time. The tech share selling by hedge funds is ranked among the highest in 5 years, and the AI bubble is nearly identical to the dot-com bubble of 2000. JP Morgan warns that investors should brace for a 70s-era stagflationary period. The 70s were marked by high inflation and wars in Vietnam and the Middle East. Sound familiar? Isn't it time that you protected your retirement through gold? National Gold Group is America's #1 precious metals company. Call 888-598-9909 to learn more about the retirement account fee waiver program. Mention the Punisher's channel and you'll always get best-in-class service from America's conservative precious metals leader. National Gold Group has the IRA fee waiver program. That means that they will pay the fees on your IRA for up to 10 years for qualifying rollovers. Call 888-598-9909 to learn more about the retirement account fee waiver program. National Gold Group is Consumer Affairs' top-rated gold IRA dealer. Call 888-598-9909. Again, 888-598-9909. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Wasn't that great? So look, I talked about the Ronna McDaniel thing. MSNBC, their people, they just complained and they whined so much that NBC canceled the deal. And this isn't about whether or not you care or not about Miss McDaniel, but now she's got a lawsuit because they signed a contract for her for $300,000 and then they sacked her. So now she's probably going to get that money, perhaps more, but at least that money. That's too funny. And the days are ticking away with the $175 million deal that was reduced from $454 million for President Trump. And yes, that is still very high. And yes, it's a crock of crap. But at least it's an amount that he will come up with, and we'll see how things go. But it's time to move forward, okay? Because we have a big, busy summer ahead leading up to the election, all right? I mentioned this before. This summer is going to be crazy. And you saw RFK? He announced his VP pick. That's going to be kind of funny. That ought to take votes away from the Biden camp. That's why they're all pissed off. But anyway, checkmate. Checkmate indeed. Hey, here's an interesting little tidbit. Ever see the movie Poltergeist? It was a movie back in the 80s. It's been so long ago I can't even remember watching it. But it turns out I stumbled on this story the other day. Very interesting. The ending scene where the woman slides down into the muddy pool and these skeletons start floating to the top and moving around. It turns out that it was cheaper to use real skeletons. So they bought skeletons from some local science lab or someplace like that, and that was apparently cheaper than using fake ones or having fake ones made up. And so when the woman was in that water, she found out just moments before the scene was shot that she was actually going to be right there next to real live skeletons, like this close. That is loco. You couldn't do that today. Anyway, that's interesting. And, oh, you know it. I know it, the American people know it. Things are moving along. Operation Sudden Impact 7.0. Moving along very nicely. Operation Enterprise. Oh, yes. Effective immediately. We'll jump up a notch to Operation Enterprise 3.5. You heard it live right here, right now, because we are doing things to save the American people. And now, the news about the Key Bridge in Maryland, Baltimore. A ship did run into it early yesterday morning. A serious tragedy. Ship lost power, ran into the bridge, and most of the traffic was off the bridge, except for those construction workers who were working, and most of them fell to their demise. 2 did survive, 1 without injury, 1 who's in pretty bad shape. But they did get the Mayday message out in time to stop a lot of the traffic, and so that is going to really impact the port of Baltimore for a good while, and it will impact the traffic in and around that area for many, many years, because building a bridge takes many years. So we are monitoring the situation, and I know people have interesting thoughts about it, but sometimes shit just happens, okay? So anyway, a Scrooge Insight Bulger. We'll talk to you later. Bye.